Big news coming out of Toronto today. Maple Leafs fans, the team has made a bold move, trading away a key defenseman in exchange for valuable assets that could reshape our future. What does this mean for the roster and our playoff hopes? Stick around as we dive into the details of this confirmed trade, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video to stay on top of all things Maple Leafs. Today, we need to talk about a significant trade that has just gone down involving our beloved Toronto Maple Leafs. The team has officially sent defenseman Timothy Liljegren to the San Jose Sharks in exchange for a third-round draft pick in the 2025 NHL entry draft, San Jose's own sixth-round selection in 2026, and defenseman Matt Benning. This is a move that has fans buzzing, and I'm here to break it all down for you. First off, let's discuss Timothy Liljegren. He was a promising young talent, a player who had shown flashes of brilliance and the potential to grow into a solid top-four defenseman. But as we know, the NHL is a business, and sometimes tough decisions have to be made to help the team in the long run. By trading him, the Maple Leafs are making a clear statement about their direction. They're prioritizing depth and experience with the addition of Matt Benning, who at 30 years old brings a wealth of experience to our blue line. Speaking of Benning, let's dive into what he brings to the table. He's played 7 games this season with the Sharks and has accumulated 102 points in 464 career regular season NHL games. That's not too shabby for a defenseman, right? His ability to contribute in both offensive and defensive situations could be exactly what the Leafs need as they march toward the playoffs. His history of playing with teams like San Jose, Nashville, and Edmonton has given him a solid foundation, and I believe he can adapt quickly to the Maple Leaf style of play. Now let's talk about those draft picks. The third-round selection in 2025 is intriguing. It's the earlier of the 2 third-round picks that San Jose has, which means Toronto is likely banking on the Sharks continuing to struggle. This kind of forward-thinking approach is essential for building a sustainable team, especially considering the competitive landscape of the NHL. The 6th-round pick in 2026 may not seem like much right now, but you never know when a late-round gem can emerge. So, what does this all mean for the future of the Toronto Maple Leafs? It signals a shift toward a more balanced roster, especially on the defensive end. With the playoffs on the horizon, having a reliable veteran like Benning could pay off big time. But I can't help but feel a bit torn about Liljegren's departure. He had the potential to be a long-term solution on our blue line, and trading him feels like a gamble. But then again, maybe this gamble is what the team needs to take that next step. I want to hear from you. Do you think this was the right move for the team? I personally am a bit divided. While I see the logic in bolstering our defense with a seasoned player and acquiring future assets, I can't shake the feeling of uncertainty about letting go of a young prospect like Liljegren. It's a classic case of weighing immediate needs against long-term potential. As we look ahead, the Maple Leafs are clearly focused on the present, aiming for a strong playoff run. This trade could either be a masterstroke or a miscalculation, and only time will tell. The pressure is on, and the expectations are sky high. We all know the stakes are high when it comes to our beloved team. Now, I want to throw this out to all of you watching. What are your expectations after this trade? Are you feeling optimistic about the addition of Matt Benning? Or do you share my concerns about losing Timothy Liljegren? I want to hear your thoughts and frustrations in the comments below. This is a community, and your voice matters. The Toronto Maple Leafs have officially stated that they won't trade Mitch Marner. And honestly, can you blame them? Marner is not just one of the best players in the NHL. He's practically a cornerstone of this franchise. Drafted 4th overall in 2015, he's proven himself time and again, living up to the hype and expectations. The pressure he faces as a local kid is immense, yet he delivers every night. Sure, he hasn't been Superman in the playoffs, but let's not pin the entire playoff struggle on him. We know this team has had its issues, but Marner has been a significant reason they've made the playoffs at all. But here's the thing. With the Leafs now considered legitimate cup contenders, trading Marner seems crazier than ever. He holds that no-trade clause, making it quite the challenge for management to even consider moving him. And let's be real, after almost 60 years of disappointment, the last thing this franchise needs is to let a player of Marner's caliber walk away for nothing. It would be a catastrophic failure, even by Leaf standards. Yet, as fans, we can't help but wonder if exploring trade possibilities could actually benefit the team in the long run. Imagine, for a moment, a wild trade scenario where the Leafs send Marner to the Pittsburgh Penguins. The idea might sound outlandish, but consider the potential return. Yevgeny Malkin, Erik Karlsson, with salary retained, Michael Bunting, and a first-round pick. It's a blockbuster deal that could shake up the league. With former Leafs GM Kyle Dubas at the helm in Pittsburgh, it's not as far-fetched as it sounds. Dubas has a fondness for Marner's game, and in a world where the Penguins are caught in a strange cycle of wanting to rebuild but not being able to due to aging stars like Sidney Crosby and Malkin, acquiring Marner could make perfect sense for them. The Penguins are set to have substantial cap space in the coming years, and signing Marner would allow them to pivot toward a younger core while still remaining competitive. For the Leafs, acquiring Malkin would bolster their center depth significantly, even at 38 years old. Imagine a team with Auston Matthews, Malkin, and maybe John Tavares down the middle. That's a trio that no other team would want to face in the playoffs. But as a passionate Leafs fan, I have to ask, is this the right move? While trading Marner at his peak might seem smart from a business perspective, it also risks breaking up a core that has shown flashes of brilliance. Sure, we've seen playoff disappointments, but we've also seen what this team can do when they click. I'm honestly torn on this one. What do you think, though? Is trading a franchise player like Marner worth the risk for a potential glory? Or should the Leafs hold on to him and continue building around their current core? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Are you in favor of making bold moves? Or do you believe in sticking with what you know? As the offseason progresses, it's essential to consider how these decisions shape the future of this team and our dreams of finally lifting that elusive Stanley Cup. Every move counts, and as fans, we have a vested interest in how this all plays out. So, if you enjoyed this discussion and want to keep up with all the latest Toronto Maple Leafs news and analysis, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you never miss an update. It's an exciting time for the Leafs, and I can't wait to see what happens next.